Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to Co-Creative Healing Journey. My name is Greta. I'm a healer, and this is a pick a card reading where we are looking at what needs to fall away now. So, what are you ready to let go of? This is talking about an organic time dynamic in your life where something is just ready to fall away. And this reading is for you to become more aware of it so that you can work with the energy consciously, intentionally to co-create with spirit the outcome that you want. And so we have here three options. This is the resource stone, peace, and this is new earth. Timestamps are in the description box, and I will see you for your reading in just a little bit. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the first option here with the resource stone. Let's move through the cards, and then I will give you your message. We've got Major Arcana number 9, the Hermit. We have got the Mask, the Rider, Major Arcana number 0, the Fool, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles with the design, the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles, Major Arcana number 4, Power with Goddess Lilith. We have got Major Arcana number 13, Death with Kali, Goddess Kali. So here we go. This is, by the way, your advice that I will read at the end. So there's an overall energy of the Hermit, and the Hermit is about, in this deck especially, it is about turning away from the world for a while and turning inward in order to find a greater truth. And so if you see here, there's all of this, it looks like grain. There's a big harvest, an inner harvest that you are ready to claim, that you are ready to bring out of your inner realm and to manifest in your reality. With the three-headed dog here, Cerberus, there's something about the shadow, though. There's a shadow aspect that is keeping you from making that harvest. And so this shadow aspect needs to go so that the new beginning can happen, so that you can step into what comes next. With the masks here, there is a way in which you think about yourself, a way in which you believe you are used to being, you're used to being seen in that way. And so it's setting up this block for what needs to come in, which is a new beginning here with the Rider. The Rider is also a card of receiving news. So there's a message that you need to receive from within. And when you receive that message from within, it is going to help you to move forward and to start a new beginning. And with the rainbow here, that new beginning will be a lot more wholesome, but it also will be a lot more auspicious and very, very blessed indeed. With the Fool here, there's this energy inside of you that is raring to go. With the Fool, you are very eager to go. And the Fool, especially in this deck, these cards have a very specific meaning in this deck. But this is an energy that is specifically highlighted as being devoid of logic. It is this pure inspiration, aspiration, a drive from within you to go somewhere, do something, be something. And it doesn't have any kind of rationalization. So to some extent, that's why it doesn't really make sense to you. It's coming through in a very, very pure way of saying, this is who I want to be, this is what I want to do now, this is how I want to live, this is what I want to create, this is where I want to go. And for everybody watching, that aspiration, desire, that drive is going to be different. But for everyone, it is going to come from deep inside of you, from your soul. And it's coming through with the Fool as an energy that's just very simple. It's very pure. It is what it is. There's no subterfuge here. There's no lies. There's no distortions. When you hear that truth, you know that it is true. It is what it is. Where you want to go, what you want to do, what you're aspiring to, is true. With the Four of Pentacles, Spirit is giving us more insight into what that is. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's something that you've been saving up for a while. In this deck, the Four of Pentacles is saving things for a more appropriate time. And so the energy that we're talking about, what your soul is talking about, and what you're ready to harvest, what you're ready to bring in from your inner realm to your life, is this dream, a desire that you've been aspiring to and that you put off until there was a better time for it. It's not time to do it now. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the resources. I don't have the support. I don't have the environment. Whatever it is, there was something very grounded, very practical in the reasoning behind why you put it off. You put it off for later time, but you didn't forget about it entirely. And that's what this Queen of Wands is talking about. You see how this Queen of Wands, I love this. Ah, Spirit, you see how she's stepping on an arrow, and an arrow represents the goals, it represents our aims, and she's stepping on it with her foot while holding this torch. And so you kept the torch burning. You stayed passionate about it even as you were holding it down. But you didn't break it, you didn't destroy it, you didn't throw it out. You just held it down, and you've been holding it down. And you've actually gained a lot of power. And this is Spirit telling you that holding it down, saving it for a more appropriate time, was actually a power move. It was something to do that has it has empowered you to pursue it in this way, and that empowerment is part of the harvest that you are here to hear about and that you are ready to make in your life. So part of the mask is actually to let go of any perception you have that to put it off, that not to pursue it or not to have it at this time was anything less than you being very, very empowered. It was absolutely 100% the thing to do, in the sense that it was what you needed to do to really grow into what comes next and where this new beginning is going to take you. The design card is doubling down on this, because you see here this little child is holding an acorn, and there's a big oak tree in the back. And so a lot of this message is this understanding. It's almost like you think of yourself as a little acorn, you think of yourself as this little seed, you think of yourself as also this dreamer, right? This pointless dreamer, where certainly there is that. There is this aspect of the raw, pure dream. It could be very naive, it could be very unsophisticated, but you also have the strength and the power of this Queen of Wands. You have your empowerment, you have your patience here, and also a practical mindset and disposition. And Spirit is saying it was supposed to unfold in this way. It unfolded by design so that you could build strength that you need for what comes next. You've learned skills, you've learned abilities with this Page of Pentacles. You've learned kind of how to manage this energy, because this is really powerful energy. Yeah, we have power right here. This is very, very powerful energy. And it's the kind of energy where you need to keep a tight rein on it, or it's going to take off with you. It is going to run you over. And Lilith is this really stereotypical energy in that sense, that it shows this energy of being very, very powerful, but you can also tip over into becoming a demonic energy, right? With the stories of Lilith. And also, I know it's part of how it's portrayed, but that's part of the message here. Fire can be nurturing, but it can also be destructive. And Lilith energy is, in astrology, it is our wounded feminine energy, the wounds that we have from not expressing ourselves, from not living our true self, right? From feeling also that we're forced to live behind a mask, feeling that we're forced to conform in a world where we have to follow the masculine energy of rules and structures and efficiency and demands on our energy, including our spiritual energy. And that can breed a lot of resentment. And so to pursue this dream with anything less than power, with anything less than an empowered approach, would have been detrimental to you. It would have run away with you. But you're ready now to really see this power and claim it, for it to be something that is a tool in your arsenal. This is my resource stone, and I called it that because for me it looks like a silex, like one of the first tools that humans developed, and when we shaped rocks and we were using them, right? And that's the notion here, that it's a resource that you can shape, you can mold, you can use. You have the resources that you want, that you need, that you deserve, in order to fulfill this dream and to move on with it in a good way. And it's time to let go of any dark perceptions, any negativity around how you have approached this dream in the past. Now, negativity is a filter that we use. We use this as a filter: negativity, positivity. And negativity for me is everything that takes away love. So where it takes away your sense of empowerment, all expressions of love, gratitude, kindness, even empowerment, strength, everything that is taking away your sense that you are fully capable of doing this, that you're ready for it. It's time to let it go. And again, Kali here, we have the death card. And the death card, she's holding a head. Now that head represents the ego, and it represents especially negative ego, right? The ego that doesn't help us align with our greater nature and to bring things about in the world from a source space, from an aligned space. the ego that refuses to integrate with our greater being, and that it's time for that to go, because you're ready for that greater sense of self, that greater experience of yourself. It's simply a matter of you shedding what needs to go, letting go of negativity, letting go of a sense of being too small, letting go essentially of these voices of the negative ego, so that your soul's power can really shine through and really, really come through. And it's a rite of passage with this Kali energy and the death card, because after the death card comes the temperance card, and temperance is about alchemy. And especially in this deck, I would show you too, but the point is that it's about alchemy and starting to manifest. Actually, yeah, let me show it to you. Okay, Spirit. Top or bottom? Top, okay. Oh, here it is. Works every time. Alchemy, literally. The next step, you get to alchemize what you want. You get to create the reality that you want. You get to take everything that you've learned and you've developed, and you can use it to manifest what comes next for you. But, it requires moving through this passage of unlearning, of shedding what is only going to trip you up further on down the line. It doesn't have a place where you're going. It's not going to help you. It's not going to support you. And so now is the time to let go of it. And so the advice that Spirit has for you is commitment. Ooh, yeah. You know, this dream, this desire, it didn't go anywhere in the meantime. You kept it around, and you've kept working towards it, whether or not you're consciously aware of it. You've been working towards it, developing skills and abilities, making plans, maybe even. And so now Spirit is saying it's time for you to commit to bringing this into reality. So let me read from the booklet. I actually brought the booklet out for this. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to look to a paragraph, and my eye naturally caught on this, which says, this card can also be calling you to make a serious commitment to yourself, whether it is to lose weight, quit smoking, start a yoga class, or go for some healing sessions. You may also need to reassess any previous commitments you have made to discern whether they are still right for you. It would also be wise to look closely at the commitments others have made to you and assess whether they are fulfilling their promise. It might be time to release them from their commitment. You may be wavering in your decision about a certain commitment. Lean towards the idea that this might actually be the right thing for you to do. Spirit usually replies to the things which are most important to us at the moment. This card can act as a validation that you are heading in the right direction. Love it. And you will have heard what you needed to hear, right? But I definitely picked up on the notion of committing to yourself. Ultimately, that's what this is about. It's about committing to you. It's about committing to what you truly dream of, what you are really wanting to co-create and bring into the world. And from there, it's really about shedding what keeps you from really knowing yourself and living that out fully. Yeah. See it as a commitment to self. Reassess other commitments that are keeping you from pursuing this, like in a very practical way. Look at, okay, but I've committed to doing this, so I don't have the time to pursue this. Well, is that commitment more important than committing to yourself, right? Than making your own dream come true, and so on and so forth. And also, of course, if other people are involved, then reassess their commitment and their ability to serve what it is that you want to create, right? So love, that was your reading. I hope that it served you. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you would like to do more in-depth work, I do offer individual readings where we look at self-love, soul connection, love and relationships, and life purpose. We go deep, we yank out dysfunctions by the root and co-create some really, really powerful healing in your life. Spirit activates your reality, people, places, things, stuff starts happening so you can heal. And then I've written out healing processes that basically follow the same principle of co-creative healing, of activating your entire reality to help you heal. And that goes from very simple energy readings where we're clearing out negativity that could speak to you, we're embracing positivity, and then longer healing processes that go up to a year, even 16 months. It is all in the description box if it speaks to you. And I will be here. I will be seeing you around. Lots of love. May you be blessed always and in always. Bye. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who have chosen the second option here with the Peace Stone. I have some message for you. So let's move through the cards. We've got Major Arcana number 16, the Tower. We have the Clouds. We have the Clover. We have got a Knight of Swords, a Ten of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. We have got the equivalent of a Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords with creativity. We've got Major Arcana number 15, Initiation with Mary Magdalene, and the equivalent of a Two of Wands with Centering. And this is going to be some advice that we're going to look at towards the end. So, love, before I even give you your message, I have to give you a disclaimer. This is a reading on the internet. I don't know you. I'm not even, if it was a personal reading, I could kind of cushion it because this is big energy. So, please take this with understanding of where you are as it applies to you, and know that it's always coming with love and compassion. And so when Spirit is saying let go of this, it doesn't come from a space of discompassion, right? So if it hurts, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling triggered, really look into that. It is not, it's coming from a place of discompassion. And I can't really make it as cottony or soft as I could if I was giving you an individual reading. So I'm just going to put that out there because this is big energy. So as Spirit is saying that it's time for you to let go of, this is Major Arcana number 16, the Tower. There have been a lot of upheavals in your life, a lot of the rug getting pulled out from under you, a lot of events that have been really damaging, harmful. It's like a sense of being broken over and over and over again. And for some of you, this starts in childhood and then it's over and over again. So just having had a lot of difficult experiences and a lot of upheaval in your life, and having a sense that it's almost like it makes for a quite dramatic life, that there's just one dramatic event after another, after another, after another, after another. And there's this energy of having felt like that was just going to be your life from now on. And Spirit is saying that it's necessary for you to let go of this sense of reality. This, it's almost like it's become your paradigm, this sense of dramatic events, maybe even drama for some of you, take it as resonates, to just be used to drama, used to dramatic events, used to doing things also maybe in a big way when it doesn't necessarily need to be like that. Again, for some of you, this started in childhood. I'm definitely picking up a family pattern also of drama. Definitely. Like, culturally I'm African, so we have that in our culture. Also because women didn't have as much power in society, so a lot of ways in which they made themselves heard were to become very loud and be very dramatic and being very, you know, hysterical, almost going into hysterics where the men couldn't handle it emotionally, so they just would like go here, have it, stop. For the love of God, stop. So it's a lot of those kinds of energies, and it's time to step away from that. With the clouds here, there's an energetic shift, and like I was saying in the intro, this is organic. This is something that is already happening. You're having an energetic shift out of this darkness, like the dark wasteland, and especially out of the influence of these types of events into a much brighter future. And then we have the clover, and the clover is a card of blessings. It is a card of fortune, of luck. There's good luck ahead. There's even a 4-leaf clover here represented. Nice, beautiful 4-leaf clover. I have actually found one in real life, so they are real. They're true, and that's the thing. It's something that you could never believe could be true. You've maybe heard of other people living in this way, a drama-free life, drama-free existence, but also just a peace. And you've maybe thought that peace was not possible for you, that it just wasn't in the cards for you based on what you've experienced, based on kind of maybe the patterns you have, or the environment you have, the family you have, the people around you, based on circumstances, right? But it's true, it's real. You can have that moment, that experience of having a 4-leaf clover, of experiencing the kind of way of being, the kind of life that other people don't have, other people around you, maybe other people in the world in general, that they just don't have it. And with the Knight of Swords in this deck, in these 3 cards, the deck has very specific meanings, and the Knight of Swords in this deck talks about moving towards something even if you don't believe it. And that Spirit is saying that even if you don't believe that it could happen, or you don't see how you could let this energy go or get rid of it, Let me check. Is it you have been or you are? You have been moving towards it. So you would be, I love that. Oh my God, I love that for you. You really would be that kind of person who kind of lives beyond your trauma. You live beyond your damage. Maybe the people around you don't act that way, and maybe you don't see how it could happen. You don't really fundamentally believe it, but you're still going to act like it. You're still going to act as if life is good and people are good, as if you have self-worth, as if you, I love it. It's like you've been faking it almost for a long time. And there's a feeling here that's hollow. And there's a feeling here of ungratefulness, right? It's ungrateful work. And it's drudgery. You got to keep going, like moving through water here. You got to keep going and keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And you don't necessarily get rewarded for it, but you have kept at it absolutely. And with this Queen of Swords here, this is a shift where what you've had to do laboriously, what you've had to put a lot of effort into doing and realizing, you're going to get inspired to do. Spirit is going to inspire you to live in this way, in this greater, bigger way. This Ten of Cups is talking about, oh my God, I love it. Wow. In this deck, the Ten of Cups is experiencing the results of our own self-love. You can have ultimate fulfillment. You can have a reality that is full of so much more light, love, happiness, joy, peace again. To be done with these old energies, let them go, come into a space, and it's going to be a gift you give yourself. It's going to be the result of your own self-love to let that energy go and experience a reality that is so much more fulfilling, more than anything that you have ever imagined. And where you had to kind of fake it to make it, or you've just had to fight your way towards their struggle, moving towards it, right? It's like, again, take it as resonant. It's not faking or saying you're fake. It's much more that this sense of, I'm not really feeling it, I'm not really experiencing it, but I still know that that's the healthy thing to do, that that's how it should be. So I'm going to move as if I'm going to move towards it, which is so commendable, so incredibly commendable. It's easy to express where you are at. You weren't at there, you weren't there, but you were still moving towards it. And here with this shift is you getting a lot of inspiration about how to create it and how to be in this fulfillment, how to live this fulfillment, how to create for yourself, but also how to live in it. Because it's very hard. Wow, it is very hard. It is, wow. It is really hard to come out of darkness and difficult experiences, and then, hey, you're in happiness and light and joy. You can feel really, really exposed. And that's what the Mary Magdalene card is talking about. It's an initiation. It's a process. It's not something you just do like this. And this is a card that talks about the divine marriage, the Hieros Gamos. So for some of you, this dream and this ultimate fulfillment is about having a higher level connection with another person, a union with another person that is very spiritual and even divine in its essence, in its nature, and about you preparing, that it's part of your preparation to live that out. So that's for some of you where it resonates. But in general, initiation is talking about how it's a process. It's not something you can just do like this. That you just step out of drama, step out of difficulty, step out of devastation, and then live in the light and in happiness and joy. But you can learn to, and you can learn to move forward towards that. But it does take leaving behind the heaviness, the difficulty, and to some extent the shock, and also all of the patterns of living in this way. So let me give you an example to say to illustrate what I'm talking about. It's one thing I remember once in an apartment, the flush on the toilet broke. So in order to flush, we had to like lift this, go into the bathroom before we use the toilet. We had to like lift a lever, and then the bowl would fill, and then you would have to wait, use the toilet, flush, and then you would have to fill it again for the next time, and so on and so forth. And it was like that for months. And just the process, and I got used to it, right? That's how you use the toilet. Then that got fixed, and all of a sudden using the toilet was just pressing a button. It was so much easier. And it's the same kind of thing. To be in this kind of energy, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of your resources, your time, your mental space. It fills up a lot. And so to step into a true reality, you're being guided to have the self-loving act of dropping those old ways, and also the ways in which you've learned to cope in these kinds of dynamics, because they're not going to be in alignment with where you're headed. But where you're headed, you will be initiated. You will be initiated. And with centering, it is talking about, again, focusing on your light, focusing on what is good about you, what is empowered about you, the power that you do have, what you can do. To center on that, to focus on that, in order to make your way towards this reality. And with the Seven of Pentacles, there's, as per usual, a message of maturation. It's a maturation of events, a maturation even of what's going to manifest and how things are going to work out. You see here how there are these three pentacles. So there's, on the surface, you're going to gain a lot from this, and you're going to, see the benefits of it. But Spirit is saying, beyond what you could see as the benefits of letting that go, there's going to be so much more behind. For some of you, this literally is talking about like your kids, your children, how this will affect them, how this will affect future generations, your descendants. But also there are just outcomes, things you're going to be able to manifest, to bring into the world, to bring into your life, that first need you to make this shift, to stand in a very specific way in the world, and then more will follow. And that more will follow as you keep centering on your light, as you keep focusing on and living according to light, as opposed to living according to the darkness that you have experienced. And if you see here, this light here, it's only the beginning. The clouds are moving away. It's only the beginning. This is going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And then it can be like a clear blue sky with the sun shining so brightly upon you in your whole life. And my love, that is what is intended for you in this world. And so, that was your reading. Let's look at the advice the Spirit has for you. We have feline. Oh, I love this. I love this for you. You don't have to be this right now. Feline is a card that talks about feline energy, but lions sleep about 20 hours a day, and then they hunt for like a minute. It usually takes them very little time to actually hunt and kill their prey. And so this is talking about waiting for the right time until you need to be this. You're hearing this now. It's a process. You don't have to be it straight away. So I did bring out the booklet from the Return of Spirit, and I'm going to read one paragraph or a couple of paragraphs that caught my eye. And so it's this one. Things are not going to remain still for much longer. You are about to take a giant leap forward in your life. Just as a cat sits perfectly still in the grass as it watches its prey, you are also being asked to allow the stillness. When everything aligns and the timing is right, your instincts are going to tell you it is time to leap. And when you do, you will bound higher and farther than you ever thought you could. Your aim will be precise, landing you directly on that which you have had in your sights. So take the time now to play around. Enjoy the quiet as you mentally focus on where you want to go in your life. The next big burst of energy is going to take you there in a single powerful leap. Wow, amazing. Well, there you go. That was the message. And very specifically, take the time to play. Absolutely, it's also a way of healing the inner child and renewing. But take the time to heal. Take the time to consciously be letting go of this old energy. For some of you, that could be therapy. For some of you, that could be healing processes. Whatever it is, journaling, dancing, again, inner child work. Take the time to do this now. It will really benefit you further on down the road. And so, love, that was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you would like to do more in-depth work also with what we've been talking about, I do offer intuitive readings where we work on soul connection, self-love, love and relationships, and we work on life purpose where we really go in and yank out the dysfunctions at the root and then activate your reality, people, places, things in your life to co-create some really powerful healing in your life. And then I have written out a healing processes that follows the same concept, practice of co-creative healing, where you activate spirit. You speak the words and then you activate people, places, things in your life, spirit, to co-create powerful healing. It starts from very basic energy clearing all the way into big processes that would last for like 12 months up to 16 months, where you are working with spirit day in and day out. So it's all in the description box if that interests you. And then otherwise, I'm going to be around, have more readings for you, hopefully to serve you. May you be blessed always and in all ways. And you got this. You really, really got this. I'm praying for you. I'm pulling for you. I believe in you. You got this. Lots of love to you. And I'll be seeing you around. Bye, love. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the third pile. I have here an awesome message for you about what to let go of at this time. So, let's run through the cards and I'll give you a message. We have Princess of Discs, we have the Child, we have the Snake, King of Wands, Ace of Wands, Six of Cups. We have Major Arcana number 16, Purifier with Goddess Pele. We have Sacred Fire, Major Arcana number 11 with the White Buffalo Calf Woman, which in this deck is the equivalent of the Strength card, actually. And then we have got Eight of Pentacles with the Nurturance. So, my love, um, you are the people watching these readings, you are, I would say, light workers. Whether or not you identify with that term, I would say that you're people who are here in order to serve the light here on the planet and to really bring through a higher version of reality. And that would be why you chose the New Earth Stone, where New Earth is a concept that relates to this higher version of reality being created on a planet that is much more in alignment with spiritual truth. So, natural abundance, natural happiness, natural health, well being, prosperity being the rule of life, peace, love for all, a love based reality for all here on the planet. With Princess of Discs, this is Spirit saying that you're in the process of doing that. You really are in this greater process on the planet, but also in your own life of bringing it into reality. You see here how she has this staff. She's bringing down light, manifesting light, grounding it. That's in the description of the card. It literally is that. And there's the yin and yang here. So it's a process that's intended to be done with a lot of peace, because it's a process that kind of defines the outcome, right? In the way in which you do something defines what it is that you do. And that's a very big truth of the new earth way of life, way of being, right? Our being and our doing and our living all aligning, living who we are, doing who we are, and so on and so forth. And so there's a new beginning here that is in the cards for you, and it is intended to be beautiful and happy and joyous and full of all good things. And I do feel like, just as I was saying in the introduction, it is on its way. These are dynamics that are unfolding in your life, and it's about working them consciously. Because, my love, you have snakes in the grass, and this is definitely coming up as people. So this is people, places. It could also be like your job, your workplace, but there are energies around you that are keeping you from fully aligning to this new direction. I do feel for some of you it is people who are close to you. So with a child, it could be your family, it could be your significant other, it could be people who are physically close to you, like roommates and so on and so forth. They are just bringing this energy where they are poisoning your well, and they're not harmful to your process, into the unfolding of your process. Now you are showing up as the King of Wands. These people, these energies do not have the power to derail your process, but they are keeping you from a lot of wisdom that you could be gaining, that you could be embodying, that you could be acting out and expressing and living by in the world. And it's very, it would be, for example, like, you know who you are. Even at a simple level, we have apples here, right? So you're trying to eat healthy, and every time you come to the table, they have really junk food, and it's tempting, and it's hard for you to stay on path. It's those kinds of dynamics. Yes, you can stay on path on your own, and you probably do, or maybe you don't. It's fine either way, because you're going to get there. But the point is, they're not helping, and even they are trying to harm you. With, you have the snake in this deck, and in the Lenormand, there is an intention to harm here. There is some dark energy, some negative energy. Now, you know the people around you, you know the dynamics that you're in. So take it as resonates, apply it in your life. But there is definitely sabotage energy that for some of you is actually conscious. So these people are consciously trying to sabotage you. This workplace is consciously trying to sabotage you, consciously trying to keep you small and keep you from growing into all that you're supposed to be and intended to be. Now, this is what Spirit is talking to. King of Wands. In this deck, the cards have a very specific meaning. So listen to this, right? Actually, let me read it out to you specifically. This is from the Crystal Tarot, in my beat up version. King of Wands. Entrepreneur, he who uses his talents to teach and create opportunities for others. Ace of Wands, invention, the ambition which motivates every human creation. Six of Cups. Six of Chalices, yeah. Memories, living not only for oneself. You have the ability to create your own way, your own path in the world, and to teach others how to do the same, or how to create other things. You have the ability to uplift others. You have ambition. You have the energy that you need to start things and to make things happen for yourself in this world. And you also have a I would say it's a disposition to live for more than yourself, a calling to live for more than yourself. My love, you are special. You are unique. Divine, magical child. Spirit. There's a spirit in you. There's spiritual energy that is alive in this world to be something very specific, very unique. And I feel like probably for some of you, these people see it more clearly than you do. They might see your power, they might see your potential more clearly than you do. And so for some of them, they want to control you, they want to keep you small, to keep you from it altogether, or they want to control you so that when you get where you're going, they're going to be there, right? And they're going to they're going to reap the rewards. I don't have a problem with people being like this. I don't have a problem with people experiencing and living out their level of consciousness. I'm sure that if you dove deep into these people and these places and these dynamics, it would make sense, right? You would like, oh, of course, that's how you behave, that's how you think, that's how you choose, given the life that you have led, given who you are, and so on and so forth. The point here is for you to choose and for you to be aware so that you make the best choice, not for yourself only, but also for everything you're here to create, to invent, to bring into the world, everything you're here to be. We all have a stake in you. And it doesn't mean that you are need to subordinate your life to everything that you're here to give, but it doesn't mean that you're going to feel your fulfillment when you do. Nurturance, you're here to nurture things. You're here to do so much good on this world and this planet, and when you do, it nurtures you. It makes you feel good about you. It makes you feel like you are in the right place. Eight of Pentacles, you have work to do. And that work, it nurtures others, but it also nurtures you. It's good for others, but it's also good for you. That's the beauty about spiritual energy. There's no separation. There are 2 pages here. Same book. The only dynamics of win and lose are the ones that these people, these energies are coming in. We have yin and yang here. So also with the yin and yang, this is part of your process. And straight up to Pele, which is Major Arcana number 16, the equivalent of the Tower, purification. But purification from a place of passion, from a place of power, of being so passionate about who you are, you're not going to let anything or anyone get in the way of you living that out. It doesn't mean to judge. It doesn't mean to reject. But it does mean with this Pele power to be selective, and to be selective through power. And what happens very often is that when we embody power, it's a purifier in and of itself. So this would be the fire that purifies, right? So when you are really in your power and you're owning who you are and what you're going to do, energies and people and dynamics and situations and circumstances that are out of alignment with that, they will excuse themselves. You might not even need to drop anyone out of your life, right? It does depend on the level of toxicity that they bring and the bonds that you have and so on and so forth. But by and large, they will excuse themselves from your life. Your light is going to be too bright for them to experience it. There's a purifying element to it, and also you're not going to experience this toxicity to the same level at all, in the same way at all. There's the potential here to bring a lot of purification. And with the white buffalo calf woman, it's talking about peace in doing so, sacred fire again. Yeah, the notion of fire. But the white buffalo calf woman brings also a message about living right with others, with the environment, with the world. It's about how we're all connected and we're all one. And so there's ultimately no need to, the message here would be, you don't need to go into anger or, again, rejection, resentment, or any of those things, because it's still to stay in an energy that is too small and too low for you. It's not about that. You really have the chance in this situation to embody the energy of where you're headed, the energy of who you really are. And so in that sense, what Spirit is also saying is that when you approach this from a space of right relationship, and understand, no one makes me do anything. No one has power over me. No one is stronger than me about who I am and my life. And you come at it from that empowered perspective, you're actually going to be a leader in the situation, and you're going to help and teach others how to deal with you, but also you're going to show them a lesson about boundaries and really mirror to them. It's not your responsibility whether or not they take it up and they understand, but you're just going to mirror something to them by showing them power, and you're going to show them where they stand. But it starts with you doing this work also of nurturance, taking care of you, doing what's good for you, and being very aware that you're not a victim in this situation or circumstance. You are not small. You are by no means the small person in this situation, in this dynamics. You are not. You are the one who can be the bigger person. You are the one who can forgive if forgiveness is required, who can see it from that truly spiritual perspective, higher perspective, not because you're the victim or you're the pushover or, to be meek, not because of any of that, because you're strong enough to. And you're strong enough to, we don't forgive others for them, we forgive for ourselves, because we don't want to carry that. We don't want to deal with that. We have to move on. You have a big destiny. You have something new that is beginning. And all of these dynamics are a space in which you can really come into your own. You can pick up this ambition, this fire, this intention. And again, this priority. What is the most important thing? What is the most important thing? Is it to fight it out in the mud with them, or is it to rise and become you even more? And it's going to be those kinds of choices, those dynamics, and it's up to you. So let's look at some kind of advice. Oh my God, integrity. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. What I was saying, be you. But I am going to read from the booklet of the Return of Spirit. I'm just going to pick out a paragraph that catches my eye. And it says, this card may also come to you if you're trying to deal with someone who is out of alignment with their personal integrity. Regardless of what takes place, do not deviate from your own sense of integrity as you deal with the situation, and do not attempt to fix or change the other person. Send them love and forgive them as best you can while you remain strong in your own truth and integrity. I love that. Yes, so what we've been saying, but also the notion of as best you can, and understanding that it is a process and it is about beginning. You know, sometimes we have to forgive over and over again, or we have to release over and over again. And so just because it's hard to do, don't cheat yourself from the opportunity of doing it. And moreover, again, integrity, it is about you, what is true for you. And integrity, when we stand in our integrity, you know, what spirit is basically would say to this is that where you are out of integrity, it's been bothering you, it's been nagging at you, it's been weakening you. And so the more you stand in your integrity and you do what you really think is the right thing in this situation or circumstance, to approach it in a way that is true for you, the stronger you're going to feel, the stronger you're going to get. You're actually going to become stronger. So not just feel that you're stronger, but become stronger and develop a power that you also are going to use in different situations or circumstances. This is not your home. This is not where you belong. This is not your truth. You are so much more than that. And when you are true to that, when you just hold on to that knowing, embody it, and live it out, you are really, really going to empower yourself in ways that are going to blow you away and really blow away anyone around you. You know, some of you will be unrecognizable. And that only means that you're going to be a truer version of yourself. And it is only the beginning. Only the beginning. So, love, that was your reading. I'm so happy to have given you this reading. And I really hope that it served you. If you enjoyed this reading or at least found value in it, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I would love to hear from you. And if you would like more in-depth healing work, I do offer intuitive readings where we do work on self-love, on soul connection, on love and relationships, and on life purpose, where we go in and we just yank out dysfunctions at the root and we activate your reality to co-create some powerful healing. People, places, things will get activated in the process for you to really heal. And then I've also written out healing processes that follow the same concept of co-creative healing, where you can speak the words and activate spirit to co-create such powerful change, transformation, healing in your life, from the smallest processes where we are just doing energy clearing, clearing out negativity, embracing positivity, to longer processes. There are like 5 different levels. Longest processes that last up to a year, even 16 months, where you are working with spirit day in and day out. Love it. So I always love to tell you guys about it. It is all in the description box if that speaks to you. And then otherwise, my love, bless you so much. I wish you all the best in this situation and circumstance. Bless you, bless the other person, bless your relationship, and may the light of love reign true within each of you, but also between you. May you be blessed always and in all ways, and so it is. Bye, love.